So grab bottles, weights, soup cans. I said before, I'm going to use these for one of them, 2 mats, and then if you have a strap, get your strap. Okay? We'll just warm up the arms for a second. So even though this is called 8-minute arms, because we have 2 rounds of 4 different exercise for 1 minute, it's probably a little bit more like 10 minutes because you're going to have 1 minute to just get the arms moving and wake them up before we start to ask them to do some heavy stuff, repetitive stuff. So you should make some arm circles, and then we have 1 minute at the end. We'll just cool it down. So just take some time here. What are you making for dinner, Cindy? So you could just open and close. You could take some, what's this, cow face arms, back and forth. And then arms out, just twist them. Shoulder flossing. And then lifting them up and down a few times. And we're ready to go. So the first one we're going to do, actually I'll give you all 4. Arm circles, you're going to hold whatever you have. You're going to hold either your bottles, your cans. We're just going to move arm circles in one direction. Second time around, we'll go in the other direction. That's the first one. The second one is wall arm lifts. So take the same thing that you have or something heavier. You're going to sit against a wall. You're going to sit against this glass. You're going to sit against the wall with your back as close as you can, slight curve. You're just going to move up and down, 45 degrees, up and down with your arms, holding on to what you're holding. And then the last 2, arm pulls and then triceps. So you're going to come down. Well, you could use your bottles. I'll show you with the bottles. So you're just going to hinge forward. You got your bottles here. You're going to do arm pulls. So pulling in, the elbows up and back, just like this, hinging at the waist, knees bent, get the back body. And you can make this harder with resistance bands if you have them. So I would probably do something maybe like this, put the resistance band under my feet, grab the bottles, right? And now it's harder for me, okay? So if you want to make it harder, you can put the band under your feet and then pull up. And then the last one is going to be triceps. Triceps are hard on their own. I don't need to make them harder. So your arms are going to be straight. We're going to hold them straight alongside of us. Keep yourself at 45 degrees. And you're just going to lift them up and down, up and down. Straight arms, up and back. They get really hard, really nasty, really fast. All right, so 2 rounds. We'll start with our arm circles. And go. So just forward circles, nice and slow. So if at any point, any of these exercises get really challenging, really burning up your arms, drop the weights and just keep moving, okay? So don't stress. And if they're not hard enough, then the next time I do this, I'll make them harder. But the combination is what gets you. It's not any one particular exercise. We'll see. This is sitting up tall, going forward, arms nice and strong and straight. We got 10 more seconds left. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice long spine, crown of the head lifting. And 10 seconds to transition to our next one. Sitting up against a wall, and your squat with the back against the wall, arms alongside, 45 degrees up and down, straight arms. Yep. You don't have to be in a super low squat, just so that your back is moving along the wall. You'll probably have a little curve at the lower back like you normally do. That's normal. It's just moving up and down, 45 degrees. So it's not in and it's not out wide, somewhere in the middle. Breathing. Doing arm stuff is so good for you. I love arm stuff. And I notice the benefits really fast too when I consistently do them. Like my practice just feels so much stronger. And 10-second transition. Again, you can just hinge forward at the waist, keep the knees bent. I'm going to use the resistance band to make it a little harder. Feet separate and just lifting up. So this is how we can target the back body, right? This is the opposite of chaturanga. So this is the opposite of a very widely used position that works differently, these muscles. And so this kind of does the opposite and reinforces, strengthens the back muscles and the shoulder that support it. So pulling instead of pushing, so good for you. Such a good compliment. You can always make something easier. You can always make something more challenging. So it all depends on what you want. All right. Shake that off. As long as Melanie thinks it's hard, I know it's hard. And then you're going to lean forward. Same thing. Hinging. And then just arms are straight up and back. So triceps are a funky one. So your hands are facing towards your body. We're just lifting and lowering. This is another muscle that's challenging to access in yoga, I think, that it's hard to strengthen. We do a lot of stretching, but to strengthen it, put it in this back motion. When you think about our yoga practice, we have reverse table that uses these muscles, right? So anything where your hands are behind you, reverse plank. So we don't do those very often. We don't consistently include those in every practice, which is fine. So it's good to even take 8 minutes once or twice a week just to keep that muscle alive and toned. All right, we're starting from the top. That was the first round. So arms out to the side. We'll just make circles, backward circles. So what's interesting is that something like this, you might notice a day or two later. Like tomorrow, I expect to get text messages from people, Melanie in the morning, like, oh my God, my arms. So when you're doing it, maybe it doesn't feel like as much as you think, but then tomorrow you're kind of like, whoa, some muscles in my arms that are sore, and that's good. That's great. Nobody wants to be crippled by their workout, because when you get crippled by your workout, you can't come back, or you don't come back. You're not motivated to come back. You want to do a little bit, gauge, see how it goes. It's a game. It's a game. It's a balance. Whew, okay, that one rings. That one's over. I know you didn't hear it, but now against the wall. Arms along the side, lifting up and down. So at this angle, there's so many different things that we could do to strengthen the arms, like endless combinations, endless. These are just a few of the moves that will really help you feel like you're making some progress. And shake it out. Get ready for your rows. And halfway, hinging, long spine, bent knees. Don't have to use a strap unless you just want to add some. You can even just increase the weight. If you have bigger weights, I would say if I had weights, I'd probably use 8 pounds. 10 would probably be very hard for me to keep doing for a minute, but I would say like maybe 8 pounds would be optimal. Eventually I'd move to 10. 5 would be good, but a little easier. If I really wanted to, I could just drop the bottles or let go of the resistance bands. But I'm gonna push it out because I'm on camera. I was reading memes. That's, I think I said Melanie today. It said like, ready for triceps when a yoga teacher arms down and then lifts up and down. When a yoga teacher teaches, your counts are like 1, 2, 3, 4, but when you're doing it, because now we all have to do the whole thing, there's no lazy teacher syndrome. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and get out of it as quickly as possible. I was like, yep. Isn't that the truth? When I have to demo handstands, I'm like, darn, this is hard. I'm getting in really good shape with this virtual stuff, so it's good. It's very good. And we're almost done. 13 more seconds. And, whew. All right, did it. Yay! Nice job, you guys. 8-minute arms. So thanks for joining. I will see you in 9 minutes if you're joining in the resistance band class. Love you guys.